The following portion of Studio 512 is sponsored by Marbridge Foundation. If you have a family member with intellectual and developmental disabilities, Marbridge Foundation is a wonderful place for them to spend their adult years all the way to the end of life. We're going to talk today more about admissions with Jenna Hudson, director of the ranch, and a family member of one of the Marbridge residents, Megan Argo. So we're first going to start with you, Jenna, if you would. Just remind us about Marbridge and what it is y'all do.
Sure, thanks. Marbridge is a residential community in Southwest Austin. We are 72 years old this year, and we actually are a continuity of care community, meaning that we can meet the needs of an individual from 18 years to end of life. We have 3 distinct communities on our campus. There's the Village, which is our most independent, least supportive community, the Ranch, which is a mid-level supportive community, and then we actually have a licensed skilled nursing center here as well, the Villa.
We've got an out-of-stater here
Yes.
who has relocated to Texas to be with your sister Kristen, who now has been at Marbridge for 3 years. So first, if you wouldn't mind, Megan, can you tell us a little bit about Kristen as a person?
Sure, I'd love to tell you about Kristen. So Kristen's my older sister, and she is 57 years old, just a big, sweet, huggy, smiley person. She lives in Jenna's community at the ranch. That was something that my parents focused on a lot. She has Down syndrome, and so she did a lot of speech therapy and really loved school and being in lots of activities. And so Kristen was very social when she was younger, but in the years before she moved to Marbridge 3 years ago, she actually had become rather sedentary because of just as my parents were aging. She lived with my parents her whole life. And as they were getting older, she just, a lot of her social opportunities started to wane. Friends moved away. There was less activities that were really appropriate for her age group and her mobility levels and things. And so, so although she's such a social person, it really wasn't until she moved to Marbridge that all of that came back out, and in new ways, just by having the first experience. So she moved in here at 54. And having her first experience living with friends. You know, that was something that she always really wanted.
I agree. Now she's got many more happy years ahead of her.
She does. She does.
And so Jenna, if I can just circle back around to talking a little bit about admissions. So if people are interested in hearing just more about Marbridge, for example, even if they're from out of state, they can get in touch with y'all and learn a little bit more, right?
That's absolutely correct. One of the best ways to get in touch is to go to our website, marbridge.org. There's a portal there in which you can contact admissions directly and fill out a form. You can also call us directly at 512-282-1144 and ask for admissions.
Sounds good to me. Jenna, thank you so much for your time. And Megan, give Kristen a hug for me.
I will. I will.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
To learn more about what Marbridge has to offer, go to marbridge.org. The preceding portion of Studio 512 was sponsored by Marbridge Foundation.